Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and today we're going to be talking about the whole chemistry situation that's going on with FIFA and how it directly relates to the gameplay. Before I start this video, however, be sure to check out the two videos that are in the description down below. One is from inconsistency and the other one is from Nepenthes. These are the two videos that made me make this kind of remake video of the whole chemistry situation in FIFA. So be sure to check out those videos down below in the description. So in short, the theory that everyone thinks is happening within FIFA is that if you do not get day one players, you are not getting any upgrades on your players if you have chemistry styles on them with 10 chemistry. So basically, if I have these two Ronaldo cards over here, we have a left wing and a striker card. The left wing card is the day one card that came out, right? These cards are the first of the Ronaldo series, right? This striker card was released later on in the year, so it's not the first of its kind. The left wing Ronaldo was the first of its kind. If you make this Ronaldo card right here a striker, so basically a left forward on 7 chemistry, you would still be able to get some stat boosts. So this is the example that we're going to use. We have a Ronaldo card that I have in my team. This is the 93 rated left wing card that I just made as into a left forward card, and he is on 7 chemistry, right? Because he has a hunter card, he's supposed to get 3 pace and 3 shooting. Because he doesn't have a full 10 chem boost, he has 7 chemistry, they only give him part stats. So they give him +2 pace and +1 shooting. So apparently those stats are actually upgraded because it is the first day card of this series of Ronaldo, like I said before. So he will actually get those stat boosts. This Ronaldo card, however, will actually not get any stat boosts. His stats actually stay the same as what his face card is. So basically, as you see it here, he has 92 pace, 93 shooting, 80 passing, 78 physical, 33 defending, and 90 dribbling. That's what you're getting. If I were to get this card and put him on full 10 chemistry, because it is a striker card in the same team that I just showed you guys, he wouldn't get upgraded. He wouldn't get the +3 pace and the +3 shooting. In this, those little arrows you see in your actual team, you will see your green arrows popping up. You will see that he gets 3 pace and 3 shooting. But in game, he actually doesn't. Or it is made apparent that he doesn't. Some of you may be wondering why that actually happens, and there was a video that inconsistency did, the one that I linked in the description, where he did a skill move that a lot of people actually don't know about. It is a hidden skill move in the game where you hold LB and it does this no-touch dribble kind of boost forward, right? A lot of people actually do know about this. It's actually a really overpowered skill move to use in the game because it gives you a boost in a certain direction. But he's using that skill move as an example to show you that your cards don't actually get upgraded after the day one cards. The example that he used was the Striker Doumbia card, because the Striker Doumbia card day one was actually a CSKA Moscow player, and he was testing it with a Newcastle player, and he was adding chemistry stat boosts to both of the Doumbias, but they couldn't do the same thing. So before I show you guys my own clips of using Doumbia in-game, the both different types of Doumbias, you guys need to understand that this is the same thing for Team of the Seasons and Team of the Years, right? You are basically only using their face card stats. So whatever their pace is, whatever their dribble is, whatever they're shooting, whatever anything is what you're getting. You're not getting anything degraded and you're not getting anything upgraded, right? Even if you put a chemistry style on it, it is irrelevant because it is a new card that is not the first day card. So obviously, the Team of the Seasons and Team of the Years are still way better than the regular cards. So that's why they're still good, guys. That's why wherever position you put them on the field, they still play amazing. So we're going to be using a regular Neymar card. He doesn't necessarily need the chemistry stat boost because, again, because it's the 93 inform card, it's his face card stats. And as you can see, this Neymar card has 96 dribbling. If you guys go on Foothead, the same can be said here. He actually has 98 dribbling. Now, the skill move that I'm going to show you guys is a skill move that you can only use when you have 86 or higher dribbling. So we're going to go ahead and go into a normal kickoff match to go and actually try this. All we need to do is just get the ball to Neymar, and I'm going to show you guys exactly the skill move that inconsistency is talking about. So we have the ball to Neymar, and the skill move that he's talking about is basically this. You see how he does a step over and then he boosts, right? Step over boost, step over boost, step over boost, right? That skill move is a skill move that he's talking about. That skill move can only be done with a player, again, on 86 dribbling. So we're going to go ahead and try out the different Doumbia cards. So the first Doumbia card that we're going to be trying out is the CSKA Moscow one. Now this is the card that people believe is the one that you can actually do the skill move. Now you guys are going to see something interesting, and I'm going to show you guys that I am actually capable of actually doing the skill move, but it's just not coming off for this Doumbia card. So we have the ball here with Doumbia, and as you guys can see, I just can't do the skill move. It doesn't do the step over version of the card, right? And the reason why I have Neymar on the bench is because I want to show you guys that I am capable of actually doing the skill move. I just can't do it with this Doumbia card. So we're going to switch out Martial, we're going to put in Neymar. And again, because it's 93 Neymar, it's the inform version of Neymar's card. He's going to get face stats. Neymar's face stats, again, are basically 98 dribbling, I believe. So he's definitely going to be able to do the skill move. We're going to go ahead and kick this ball out. Get Neymar substituted in. So now that we have the ball with Neymar, you guys can see that I can actually do the skill move, and it comes off almost every single time, or basically every single time. I know how to do the skill move with Neymar. Step over, accelerate every single time, right? See, the thing is that we're going to go ahead and get this ball to Doumbia now. Let's see if we can find Doumbia around here. Seems to be at the bottom. There he is. Okay, so we need Doumbia to come to us. There we go. So I have now the ball at Doumbia, and I just can't do the skill move. I have the CSKA Moscow card, but I can't do it for some reason. He just doesn't do the skill move. And like the same can be said about Ramsey. Like if I get the ball to Ramsey, which is not this guy, it's this guy right here. Yeah, so I get the ball to Ramsey, and it's the same thing that can be said about Ramsey. I cannot do the skill move with Ramsey either. I'm not sure why it's not coming off. So if I were to try that exact same thing with the Newcastle Doumbia card, that skill move that you saw the CSKA Doumbia card was doing, it would have been the same exact thing. For some reason, I just can't do it with the CSKA card or the Ramsey card either, which is weird to me. So if I'm doing something wrong, again, guys, please let me know, because I'm not sure why it's not working. Again, it is a little bit fishy that I can't do the skill moves with Doumbia, nor can I do it with Ramsey. So it's definitely interesting, because you guys know how I am. I complain about gameplay all the time, and I always complain that I'm always playing in bad gameplay. So it kind of relates to it. But if I'm doing something wrong, again, guys, please let me know. It might not have anything to do with that, but it kind of does if I am doing something right with it, right? But for those of you who are still confused, it's basically like this. If you guys see the regular card stats from Doumbia from this card, his dribbling has 82. In Righteous Onyx's video, his player with a chemistry stat boost plus 3 dribbling actually gave his player at least 86 dribbling. So he was actually able to do that exact same skill move that Neymar was doing, right? Obviously, I couldn't do it. I'm not sure why I couldn't do it, but it is what it is. If you compare this Doumbia card and you look at all the stats, if I were to switch to his Newcastle card, his stats are the exact same. Nothing has changed. But if you attempt to do it with this card, that same skill move doesn't come off. Basically saying that it's either 1, the dribbling is below the 86, or 2, the chemistry style does not upgrade the player at all. So let's just say, guys, for the video's sake, that the CSKA Moscow card from Doumbia was actually coming off with the skill moves. He was actually doing the step over acceleration. Let's just say for the video's sake he was doing it, right? Let's say we started a game like this, right? So this is what people do on a regular basis sometimes. What they do is if they play like division games and they're serious about the whole chemistry situation and they want their players to play really well, this is what they'll do. They'll start off with this team right here. And as you can see, this team has 10 chemistry everywhere, right? So this is the thought that people have. They will basically have 3 players on their bench who they think are really good, right? But obviously, if I were to put on a Marquisio, that Marquisio would lose chemistry as well as the people around him. So the thought that people actually have is, if they put on Ramirez, right, and have that full 10 chemistry, but during the game they put on Marquisio, people think that in-game, Marquisio will actually keep that 10 chemistry, and the people around him will also keep the 10 chemistry. So a thought kind of occurred to me. What if you started off a game in kickoff, right? Because I clearly can't try this, guys, because maybe there's something wrong with what I was doing or the account or something, right? But what if you started off a game, right? And as you started off the game, you pressed pause and you switched on the Doumbia card, but he actually got the chemistry stat boost. If he got the chemistry stat boost and he was able to pull off the skill moves like he currently can't do if he starts a game, wouldn't that mean that the subs that you're making are actually relevant and they're actually important for you to do to keep the chemistry? But then there's also the other thing where if you switch on Doumbia and he's not able to do the skill move even still, wouldn't that also mean that the players that you are switching on is basically irrelevant to do because they would still get the same chemistry whether they started or whether they were substituted? So it's a really interesting topic of debate here, right? Where you can basically be wasting your time and your subs if you are subbing 3 of your best players that you want to play on or you want to put on the field because you feel like they will keep the chemistry, when in reality they might actually not keep the chemistry. And let's just say I started off with these 3 guys in my team. So I have the Neymar card right there and the Ronaldo card right there. If I started off with this team, who's not to say that this team right here is the team that you would be playing with regardless of whether that you start with them or you substitute them? They would still get that chemistry however you play it. For those of you who are still confused, think of it like this. So in the beginning of the video, we were mentioning how if your card is not a day 1 card, for example, Doombia's Newcastle card, people think that the card will always be played on their base card stats, right? So let's just say that the reason why the Newcastle card cannot do the skill move and the CSKA card can is because of the fact that the Newcastle card must have only 4, 5, 6 chemistry, whatever it may be, right? And he's not getting that full chemistry boost to give him that full dribbling in order for him to do the skill move, right? So that's why I'm saying if you replace Doumbia with a 10 chem player, wouldn't it make more sense that the skill move would come off because people think that if you go into a game, that card will remain on 10 chemistry. That's the reason why they do the whole subs thing. So that's what I'm trying to explain. So it's definitely a really interesting topic of debate. I clearly can try. I wish I could for you guys, but I just can't do it with the CSKA Moscow card from Doumbia. So there's no way for me to really test it with the Newcastle card. But by all means, you guys should definitely try it out and see if it actually works. So you also have to think of it like this. So this card for Ronaldo is a left forward card on 5 chemistry. For 5 chemistry, because this is the first day card of his series of Ronaldo cards, he still gets a stat boost, right? He still gets that +1 pace. But that is it, right? Because these cards right here, the Neymar and Marquisio card, are not first day cards, whether you put them on the field or whether you don't put them on the field, you will still be playing with their face card stats. So this Marquisio card, those stats that you see right there are the exact stats that you're going to be playing with, because apparently the cards that are not first day owner cards remain on their base card stats and they do not get degraded nor upgraded. They feel the exact same no matter where you play them. So even if it tells you that it says it's on 3 chemistry, apparently they are not actually playing on 3 chemistry and they are playing on their base card stats because of that gameplay video that the guy showed in the description, right? Now, again, this is all speculation of what the base chem could be. The base chem, I'm not even sure what it could be. I'm not confirming anything. It could be 4, it could be 5, it could be 6. I'm not exactly too sure what it is. All I can say to you guys is that this is one of the biggest reasons why I never have done drafts like as of late with chemistry, because of the fact that the players themselves still perform really well. If you guys watch all of my recent draft videos, I just don't use chemistry because the players, if you see them in the actual squad starting lineup, are still good players and they still feel to their characteristics. So that video kind of makes sense and why, you know, I'm still able to do a pretty decent job with the players that I use and without doing it with chemistry, because the players themselves, guys, are still really good. And if they are based off of their base card stats, and like I said before, even if they get downgraded, they're still really good players, and that's why I continue to do what I do. So the video kind of helps that a little bit more, just to show you guys that, you know, chemistry isn't really relevant if you're choosing good players. If you think it's relevant and you think that your players feel like crap when you have bad chemistry, it is 100% because you are playing in bad gameplay. Because I'm going to tell you guys this right now. I have played FUT Draft before in good gameplay with bad chemistry, but the majority of time that you guys probably see the streams or whatever it is being played in bad gameplay. But there are moments when it does turn good, but it's so rare, right? It's so rare. Sometimes I'll stream like 8 hours and it'll never happen. I'll just have a sluggish day the entire day, right? So if you're using poor chemistry squads, but you have teams that have a bunch of team of the season players in each position, it is because you are playing in poor gameplay, right? You're just playing in gameplay that is not as responsive. If you use a team with 100 chemistry, the same might happen, because I use teams with 100 chemistry and this poor gameplay will still exist. Righteous Onyx actually did a most recent video as well where he kind of explained how even if he has Bolasi and Mahrez in his starting lineup with 0 chemistry, even though they both have 86 dribbling, Bolasi cannot do the skill move and Mahrez can. Bolasi can only do the skill move when he's on 6 chemistry, suggesting that the base chem is 6. But the thing is that if the base chemistry is 6, doesn't that mean that he's not supposed to get upgrades on any of his stats, but it's supposed to be his base card stats? That's weird because Ronaldo over here gets a +1 pace boost, but his chemistry is only on 5, I believe. Yeah, his chemistry is only on 5, so it's kind of weird that he gets a stat boost at 5, but Bolasi can only do the skill on chemistry that is 6. So it's definitely odd, and it's even more odd is that Mahrez can do the skill move being on 0 chemistry, but Bolasi can't. So I think it's safe to say that the game is definitely broken in a lot of different ways. And that's why we're going to move on to the next part of the video, and that is the gameplay part. So now we're basically going to do this whole wraparound thing, and this is a thing that I talk about all the times in my streams. I complain about it every single day, and I apologize to you guys that listen to me every single time I do it. But this is the one thing that is a problem with this game, and why this chemistry thing is not really a noticeable thing, or it is a noticeable thing for people. The gameplay within FIFA 16 is inconsistent. It's inconsistent because it chooses whether it wants to be good or bad, right? For me personally, it's consistently bad, and then I have times and moments where it's good, right? See, now the thing is with this problem, guys, is that I've had so many people tell me that they are not experiencing this change of gameplay, that they are playing in this one consistent gameplay all the time. And if I were you guys, I would say the exact same stuff that you guys say to me, like, Inception, you're just complaining about the game because you suck, blah, 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 right? I get it. Because I totally understand that if you guys are at least playing in decent, good, or great gameplay, I agree with you. This is one of the best FIFA games out there. It is one of the best FIFA games that have ever been created. But the reason why I hate this game is because I do not play in decent, good, or great all the time, right? I play in gameplay that is consistently bad all the time, and that's the problem, right? And this is going to be a thing where people are going to say like, oh, you're just making up excuses, right? There is absolutely no excuse that I would have made if I was doing this well in terms of a record and I didn't feel like the game was being played bad. Just because you can win games in this game doesn't necessarily mean that you're enjoying it and it's not stressing you out. And there's a really good example that I have for you guys. So yesterday, as you guys can see, I'm using a different shirt, right? When I was making the video yesterday, I was making parts of the video, I was wearing a different shirt, right? It was like a red or a burgundy long sleeve over here, and it was like dark blue in the middle or black, whatever it is, right? You guys are going to see that I go into the kickoff mode, right? And in the kickoff mode, I want you guys to see how the players react, and I'm going to compare that to a video that I made in the past as well. Watch the characteristics of the players and watch what I do after I tried it in the kickoff and I went into the online game mode and played like a random single match with the CSKA Doumbia team, where it had like those some BPL players on the right side and those Russian players on the left side. And you guys are going to hear my reaction that some of you have probably never heard before when I first start a game. So again, guys, this is the team that I went into the game with. And if you guys know me, you guys know how specific I am with players the majority of the time that I stream. But let me tell you guys, man, every player that you see in this team right now felt amazing to play with, and they all felt so authentic, and their characteristics were so there. You can feel that you were using that type of player. When I was using Martial or Marshall, I felt like I was using him. When I was using Ramsey, I felt like I was using him. Even these non-rare gold players here felt decent for me to play with. They felt better, guys, than when I normally play this game during the daytime. And I'm just saying this because it doesn't always turn good into the nighttime, because there's some sort of glitch that happens with the gameplay for it to change like that just randomly, right? But like, I'm telling you guys, man, you guys are gonna like just listen to the reactions and like just look at the team I'm using. There's so much wrong that I would change completely. Like, first of all, 4-4-2, I would never be caught dead with this formation if I was playing it normally in the circumstances that I normally play with in Ultimate Team. the team is so off balance. Like I wouldn't want to use players like Juan Mata, Ramsey. I don't even know who this guy is. Shurdikov, Zagov, right? Like I wouldn't be asked to play with these players because one, the formation, there's too much opening in the middle. The strikers, there's no need to have two strikers if you could just have one and have two center mids, left mids, right mids. I don't need players outside on the sides there. I'd rather have them in the middle. Like there's a bunch of things, right, that I would want to change about this team. But when I was playing the game, guys, I didn't care about the formation. I didn't care that the formation was off balance because it felt fine to play. It actually felt fun and it felt very authentic, and you guys are going to see that.
They spread it out wide here. Chance to get some width into this attack.
Okay, guys, the gameplay that I just played in the kickoff mode was really good. I even quit out through the menus. I don't want to change anything. I want to use this exact same team, and I want to go into a Champions Shield game, right? And I know that some people are going to say that it has to do with the game mode and whatever, but I just want to show you guys, man, because I'm not able to play like that when, like, the majority of times that I play. Because right now, guys, it's literally 4 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, right? It's 4 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. I just want to see if the players act in the same way. I don't even care if I have to quit from this game. I just want to see if they feel responsive right now. Okay, I just want to see if they play the same way. Please ignore me if I'm like super tired right now. It's like really late, so I want to see if my players act the same way. I want to see if they're doing the same mechanic of the driven pass, L trigger, fake shot instantly. I want to see if they're doing the exact same thing.
Well, here we are, Alan Smith and myself, Martin Tyler, really looking forward to today's game. And the match is under the control of Mehmet Yildiraz.
Here we go. That makes sense because I'm doing a curve.
Hugo Lloris starts in goal. Laurent Koscielny starts with Rafael Varane in central defence. Blaise Matuidi starts with Morgan Schneiderlin in the centre of the park. And just one out-and-out attacker in the lineup.
See, they're bouncing it, but it's not a problem for me because they're doing it consistently. They're doing it quickly.
It was a good idea to try and...
I absolutely love that I'm using these shittier players, but they actually feel pretty decent right now. Like, this is actually, like, this is honestly how you have fun in FIFA. Like, if it always feels like this, I would enjoy this. I'm playing an online match right now with a shitty team, and they don't even feel that shitty. I'm using 4-4-2 and everything, man. The defending feels so much better, too. Like, I don't even know who these guys are. Man, if it was like this the entire day, this game would be awesome to play. Straight up, it would be such a good game to play. Like, I'm using Anthony Martial. Anthony Martial. How crazy is that? Nah, the defending feels so much better. I have no complaints right now. It's the 10th minute right now. I have zero complaints. Like, I'm just doing it because I wanted to test that one aspect of the game. But dude, honestly, it does not feel that bad right now. Like, I could probably score right now, to be honest. Let's try. Let's see if we can score. Look at that. It's beautiful, man. It feels so, like, and guys, I was saying that as the game was 0-0, right?
He was the calmest man in the stadium there to place it to the keeper's right.
Like, they weren't necessarily doing that, like, the driven pass L trigger and fake shot instantly, but it wasn't necessarily too big of a problem because the players themselves move very nicely. Like, they feel so much more different than when I normally play this game. Like, it feels more responsive. Like, I feel like everything I'm doing it's doing it quicker. It's not the greatest of the game, but it's definitely pretty decent. That was nice. That was quick too. Look at that, right at his foot. Yeah, I'm okay with this. Like, I feel this is an okay gameplay to play, but the thing is that, like, You can see it from the kickoff.
He's seen a pass, cut it out.
You can see it from kickoff, dude. Like, even the defending right now, guys. Like, I like the defending. I'm using Gabriel, and he feels fine. Look at that, dude. Their L triggers are controlled in the direction that they're looking in. Or they're looking at, sorry. Direction, yeah. Direction, yeah. See, they're doing it they're looking at every direction. Like, they're not controlling it every single time on their foot. But it's not sluggish in any way. Like, every time I'm doing something, they're doing it. So in that gameplay, guys, that's the gameplay that I would specifically say is the good gameplay. Not the great gameplay, but the good gameplay. And the reason why I say it's not the great gameplay is because the great gameplay, when you are doing that L trigger driven pass and an instant fake shot game mechanic, they do it almost every single time, if not every single time. And I'll show you guys an example of what I'm talking about from one of my previous videos. In FIFA 15, the same things happen. So even early on during the year, I still noticed when it felt good, when it felt bad, when it felt amazing, and so on and so forth. So in this game, I want you guys to listen to my reaction as I'm playing this game and what minute the game is at. Because you guys, probably in the last couple of weeks, you guys have probably never heard me say any of these words when the game first starts, right? But it's not about just what I say, guys. Remember those game mechanics that I was talking about earlier in the kickoff mode when I was showing you guys what they're supposed to do when it's great? Not necessarily good, but great at least, right? So let's just take a look at this video. Is it Game of War? Game of War, man. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Look. Oh, yes. Woo! I notice it the moment it changes, man. So as you guys can see, I was reacting in the game as early as it was. So basically, like, think of it like this. I had the ball for probably 1 minute in game, and I could already tell the gameplay felt incredible to play in. Now, the exact same game mechanics that I was talking about earlier, this is an online match. This is, I think this was like a, what was this, a foot draft? Or no, it was seasons. This is when I used to play seasons all the time. And again, this wasn't a consistent thing, right? And I used to have 100 chem teams and all that kind of stuff and these kind of squads. But it wasn't consistent. Like, I stopped playing seasons because I didn't always get this type of gameplay. But I want you guys to see the things. I want you guys to see the specific things, right? So you're going to notice the first touch with Pastore to Matuidi. That is a driven pass, right? It doesn't look like it's a driven pass, but it was from Pastore. It was a weird one, but, you know. We control the ball with Matuidi, and we give a pass to Di Maria. You can't really see how Di Maria controls the ball because of my overlay that I had back in the day. But Di Maria doesn't put emphasis on the ball. He doesn't, like, you know, like, reach out with one foot and then, like, cause this huge, like, body mechanic and stuff. No, he just controls the ball, right? Afterwards, the spin move. Look at how fast he does the spin move. Look how fast that was. It wasn't like a slow spin move, because I trust me, I use Ronaldo, and Ronaldo does slow spin moves, and even Di Maria, when I play this game majority of the times, he does slow spin moves, right? And once I did that spin move, and once I made the pass to Pastore, listen to my reaction, right? Just listen to what I say, just from that, right? Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Look, oh, yes. Right? Because it's like, I know it sounds like really weird to listen to, but I'm telling you guys, man, like, you notice it the moment you kick off the ball and the moment you have a couple of touches. Guys, this score is not even on the screen yet. There's no minute on the screen until I pass the ball to Pastore. Look, this is 48 seconds within the game. This is 48 seconds, 53 seconds in the game, right? But also notice the certain mechanics, right? So, again, the spin move, really quick, right? But then this pass from Di Maria to Pastore is a driven pass. And look what Pastore does, guys. L trigger in the direction he's looking at right here. And look where he fake shots right afterwards. Instantly. And that's why I reacted like that, right? Because the players instantly moved to what I wanted them to do. Right? Pass to Aguero. Aguero, what does he do? Controls the ball in the direction he's looking at. Instant fake shot. The best part. Because the game felt so responsive, watch this little touch that Aguero does for me to take a proper long shot. Because if I just took the long shot just like this, one, the long shot would have felt like it didn't even have any power. And two, this little touch Right there, he wouldn't have done. He wouldn't have done in general if the game felt awful, which is the majority of the times that I play it, right? And then he hits a really nice long shot that actually looks like it has power behind it, right? That long shot looks like there was actually like power coming from the shot, right? So again, guys, this is something that I do when I feel obligated to tell the viewers when I'm streaming that, yo, it feels really good right now. And this is 40 seconds in the game. And just listen to me, guys. I don't have reactions like this. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Look. Oh, yes. Woo. I notice it the moment it changes, man. Gameplay like that video is what we're supposed to have all the time that we play this game, and we don't have that all the time. It doesn't even have to be great like that. If you give me good, it actually makes sense, because the driven passes that you're like in those driven passes to Pasori and stuff, I like that more because it's more responsive. You actually feel like you're kind of in more control of the game, right? But even if they gave me good gameplay, guys, where I don't feel any restrictions on what I want to do, like I don't feel like this pull on my chest as I'm playing, because like I was testing it out earlier today, and right now it's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it didn't feel good. I went to the kickoff, and I felt like there was a pull on my chest. Like when I was playing with the Doumbia to test him out to see if I can do those exact same skill moves, it didn't feel the same as it did yesterday. Yesterday, when I was trying it out with Doumbia, the sprint speed that Doumbia had and the way that the players felt in general just felt so much better, and it was more of a skill-based game. It was more responsive. The defending was almost equal to the attacking, because we know how overpowered speed dribbling is. But like the way that the defenders work is that they don't feel super sluggish. They don't move like there's forces acting on them. They just move really smoothly. It's the same thing with the attack, the same way when they pass. It's everything within the game that changes, right? So again, guys, this gameplay thing apparently doesn't happen to everybody, because people like Bazor, who's a great player who plays on the PlayStation, says to me that he never feels a difference within the gameplay. His game always feels the same. When he shields the ball, it does it. When it passes the ball, it does it. People like Hans, who's an Xbox player who is really good at the game as well, says the same thing to me, where he says that his gameplay never changes. It's always the exact same way every time that he plays it. There's so many people that tell me that theirs never changes, and they do play the game a lot as well. And it's just kind of frustrating, right? Because I wish that I had gameplay like that all the time, because then I would stream for long periods of times every day, because I absolutely love to play this game when it feels at least good or great. Because guys, I was using players like Victor Moses and freaking Doumbia and Marshall, and like they all played so well, and it was like, why can't I have this for a full day so I can try out different formations, so I can try out different players? It's so much fun when it's like that, right? And you're very limited towards doing that when it doesn't feel good, because every player sucks, and there's always specific players. Well, it's not every player, but there's specific players that are sometimes really good. That's why when people ask me, who are your favorite players, I always say Ronaldo, Neymar, and Hullet. And the reason why I choose those three all the time is because those three players always play good in bad gameplay, but they still feel like shit because it's not their full potential of their card, right? So that's my opinion about the game. The gameplay situation, just to tell you guys, I will never change my opinion about that, because I don't even think that's an opinion. That is a fact. When I'm playing this game, it does not feel like the gameplay I show you guys. It doesn't feel like that all the time, and that is the huge letdown of this game, because I feel like people wouldn't have complained about so many different aspects of the game if it was just always consistently played good on a regular basis for everybody, and not just for like some people. So it's kind of sad that it's like that. But I mean, it is what it is. But thank you guys so much for watching the video today. I know this is a very long video. I just want it to be very detailed. If you guys have any more questions, be sure to let me know. If you guys have any suggestions, or you guys disagree with anything, be sure to let me know in the comment section as well. I am very accepting towards all opinions, so be sure to do that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.